Hi everyone, I'm Edmund. Welcome to my home. So we're on the second floor here. We moved in about 5 years ago. So this is the main hallway, a little bathroom over here. Very small, but useful because we're mostly 3 in this house. And then all of this is storage, which is really useful because the space is quite small. So every little nook is utilized for useful things like storage. They're not very deep, but it helps. So this is the main living area. We have the living room. We hang out here. Sometimes me and my son eat dinner on the floor there. We watch TV, we play video games. It's a very particular space, so I wanted a sectional couch, and then most sectionals are way too big. So I took a chaise longue, added these cushions and added an ottoman to make a little mini sectional. So as you can see, most of the space is pretty minimalist. When I moved in, I was obsessed with like light oak. I bought this cabinet to match my dining room table, which you'll see in a minute. And then I had an old piano that was like dark, like rosewood. And that really did cramp the style of this place. So I made sure to find one that matched the wood, which I feel like really gives it space and lightens up the space, which I absolutely love. And then I, at some point, got a little bit bored of this kind of minimalist Scandinavian thing. So then I went a little wild with color. So you can see that I bought some colorful cushions, added this little accent table here. You'll see in the dining area too, the cushions are quite colorful. Added this little seat here and this little, I guess it's like an ottoman bench thing. Yeah, so it feels nice to have a bit of energy and a bit of pops of color. Most of the prints were chosen just for like the color combinations and composition, but this one is actually a print from my work. So I work in fashion marketing, and this was like a campaign that we shot for Lacoste. The colors work really well, and it's kind of playful. So here in the dining area, as you can see, my favorite shade of wood, the light oak. This was the original piece that I bought. It's from Castella, which is like a local Montreal maker, and their stuff is really good quality. And my cat is going wild. And what I love about the space here is there's a bench on this side that's also storage underneath, which is very useful in a small space like this. I put a little cushions here, and this is like my son's favorite area, because it becomes a little couch, a little cozy little nook for him. He usually sits there. I think the challenge of this space is that it has the least light, because every other space kind of has windows around it. This is the space that doesn't really have light. I considered putting a skylight in, but then I thought a giant mirror would help refract some of the light and create a little bit more interest on that space. It was really tough to mount this on the brick wall, but we managed.
Spring is in the air, and as the Art of Interiors team explores another beautiful home, we're also thinking about how this time of year can affect us. This segment is a paid partnership with BetterHelp. Springtime brings so much change, longer days, different routines, and a natural urge to refresh our surroundings.
For us at the Art of Interiors, this often means diving into new projects and thinking about how we can improve our own spaces. These transitions, while exciting, can sometimes feel a little unsettling or overwhelming.
That shift in energy and priorities can lead to a sense of unease, even amidst all the new exciting beginnings.
It's a common experience to feel a bit off balance as our routines change with the seasons.
If you find yourself feeling that seasonal transition anxiety, our partner BetterHelp offers a great way to find support during these times of change. They connect you with a credentialed therapist who understands these feelings.
Anxiety often peaks in the late springtime, and BetterHelp is a platform dedicated to helping you navigate those challenges. Many members seek support for anxiety, and 69% report improved symptoms after about 6 weeks of therapy on BetterHelp.
Getting started is simple. Just fill out a questionnaire and you can get connected with a therapist as soon as possible. You can easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost if you don't find the right fit initially.
If you're feeling overwhelmed this spring, consider BetterHelp as a resource to help you feel more in control. Click the link in the description below or go to betterhelp.com/TAOI to get 10% off your first month of therapy. That's betterhelp.com/TAOI.
So attached to the dining area is the kitchen, where we do most of our cooking, and a lot of weekend sharing a glass of wine with my girlfriend cooking. If you look at the space downstairs, like our neighbors downstairs, they basically have the exact same floor plan as us. But here, our place is renovated, so it's opened up, and you can see how big of a difference that makes. Them downstairs, it's like a closed bathroom on that side, and then the way that the counters are is way more closed, and then it's closed into the dining room. So this version of it up here is much more open. As like the rest of the space, everything's hidden. So this is a pantry, but it's also the electrical panel hidden behind the pantry. The microwave is built in, which is great. Blackboard is really useful. Me and my son just do silly things on it. Here we were betting on the Super Bowl. Grand prize was $10. We both lost. And then everything here is very integrated. We have like the compost thing here too, which is great. Standard oven. All the cabinets are pretty big. There's no overhanging cabinets, which gives space for the pendants here, which is really interesting. These are from IKEA. They were a limited edition collab with Raw Color, which was like very hyped, and it was very hard to get. Our fridge is here. So another way to like maximize the space in this house is like hiding things. So the fridge is here. It's a built-in fridge. Also IKEA. And this back here, I can turn on the light and show you. So this is a great place for storage, but I find it hard to curate it nice enough that you can always show it. The previous owners had like all matching jars with like pasta and stuff in it. I'm not that tidy. So I just use it as a display of objects that I have lying around that I like, and a little bit color coordinated. I made this. Llama is my son. His last name's Lamb, and his first name's Arthur, so people call him Llama. So the sink here by the window is great. Doing dishes doesn't feel as bad. We can look outside to the beautiful view. It's an alleyway, which is pretty typical in Montreal. Most apartments in the plateau, which is where we are adjacent to alleyways. So it overlooks the alleyway, and there's a dishwasher here, which is very small also, but it does the trick. We just have to load it and unload it more frequently, which is a good habit anyway. Again, maximizing light in this space. This door here goes off into the balcony, and it's this glass door, so it lets in more light. I keep my garbage out there so that it's much easier to kind of declutter. And then you go off into the balcony, and there's a little bit of a yard downstairs. It's winter right now, so it's chaotic, but it's nice in the summer. So this is the main bathroom. Generous to call it a master bathroom, but it is technically a master bathroom. Very useful and practical. Again, packs a lot in here for the space. We have a washer and dryer in the closet, and I hang all my towels in here so they're not out in the open. My cat's litter box is built into the closet as well. I cut a little hole here for him because I hate clutter, and he seems to like it. And then the rest of the bathroom, floating sink. I love listening to music when I shower, so this little IKEA Sonos speaker here is great. Doesn't quite fit the space, but not too bad. All the mirrors have storage behind them as well, which is very handy. Keeps the space very decluttered. This is super old, but it fits in this space. I've had this for 25 years or something. A very generous bath mat, which I love getting out of the shower, and you have plush carpet. Yeah, very simple. So on the other end of the hallway is my little office space. More closets here, which is very useful. Another light oak piece here, a little accent table. Doesn't hold much, but it's a nice little space to put your keys or whatever when you come in. This is my work from home area. This desk folds in, actually. It's kind of hard to do right now, but it's practical to put it away. This is my very expressive, colorful chair. Some people ask me if it's comfortable. It actually is. I also like keeping my desk space pretty clean, so I mounted the monitor up here so that sometimes I can have a bigger screen. It also is a TV, so my son and I sometimes sit on the floor and watch TV here. So another patio door here. This is on the opposite end of the kitchen. So there's another balcony facing the front of the street. The other one was facing the side alleyway. This balcony is great in the summer. Right now it's just covered in snow and patio furniture that's knocked over. But we can go out here. We do our morning coffees out there. It's great people watching because it overlooks a very busy street on the corner. And then in here is the bedroom. When we first moved in, there weren't doors here because it was like a couple without kids. So no bedrooms had doors. So I put these doors in. It's necessary. So here's the bedroom. Also, in the spirit of maximizing every possible space, I mounted this table against this wall here, which folds down. So when I want it, I can fold it up. I do music sometimes. I use it as a recording space. And this, again, mounted to the wall, a light, you know, instead of having it sitting on the desk. So this print here is David Hockney, a painter and a photographer. I love the colors, and it really brings the color palette of this room together. My keyboard, my guitar, that's another print that I did. This is like the logo of my band. That's supposed to be me. And then the closet is behind this wall here. I put the curtain here so we don't have to be super careful about keeping it clean. It's not super clean. But again, really great use of space. And the fact that there's no door here makes the room feel airier, more open. My favorite thing about the bedroom is that I have a projector hidden behind this little slit here. I pull the curtains down and then I'd lie in bed and watch movies on a projector. It's the best. And on the other side of the bedroom, same closet situation, open in the back. It's technically a walk-in closet because I can technically walk in, but it's like 2 by 2. The bed frame just happens to fit all the wood pretty much of this space quite well. It's an old hand-me-down bed from my brother. It's from IKEA, but well made. It's fine. So I'm Edmund. I'm a creative director professionally at work. I've mostly worked in retail fashion, a little bit of creative agencies. I recently, funny enough, switched into a new company and we make furniture. So now I have more access to furniture. Before it used to be more of a personal hobby, now it's like kind of my job. But I think expressing myself creatively has always been something that I've been really passionate about. So I hope you liked my space. You can find me online if you want. On Instagram, Edmund for real. It's mostly photos of me and my son. Some cool other things, but mostly photos of me and my son, but it's fun. If you want to connect, thanks for coming.